Arnaud Muccini is an international coach, certified dartfish performance analyst, and the founder of Perform Live, a program built on science, video technology, and elite-level precision. Over the years, he worked alongside Olympic legends, helping athletes push boundaries and secure podium finishes, including gold at the Beijing 2022 Olympics. In today's conversation, he opens up about his philosophy, his journey, and what it really takes to turn talent into high-level performance. So, welcome to Wanderlust Chronicles. Today we are meeting with someone who brings science and precision to the world of figure skating, the coach and figure skating analysis, Arnaud Muccini. Hi, Arnaud.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for the invitation. I'm really pleased to discuss with you and all of you.
So, once again, I'm as well really pleased to meet you and to actually have this conversation with you. Arnaud is international coach and certified dartfish performance analyst and the founder of Perform Live. So Arnaud, for those discovering your work, can you briefly introduce yourself and share a little about your background in skating as well as in biomechanics and how your journey led you here?
I use biomechanics, but to make a little bit more easy to understand, I'm more optimization movement expert, pro video. Of course, I'm analyzing a lot of things. I'm studying a lot of elite skater. How is it working? So I was a skater myself because in France, to be a coach, you need to be a minimum of a junior skater. So I was national level, but I stopped competing. I was around 17 years old. That's why I continue my study. I study all my childhood and I graduate in biomechanics and mechanics, and in technology. So I'm kind of nerd, very curious person and nerd. And I became a coach after the World Championship in 2000 when Nice organized, my hometown organized this event. So I took this virus back, learned from the beginning how to coach, how to observe things, and I discovered dartfish during a regional camp, and I had the opportunity to buy the system and dive in. And since now 17 years, I'm using this solution, which is the tool for me. It's not only we will talk a little bit later. It's a great tool. I'm the ambassador, but I'm also critics. So we push each other, and I'm very pleased because all my career I met very interesting coaches, so I could a little bit improve my skills through them.
I have a side question for you. Were you interested since young age on like video, maybe videoing yourself as well as a skater, or it's something you wish it was more in development back in the day?
Alors, fun fact, my dad bought a video camera, an old school camera with tapes to record my competition. So I still have all my competition on tapes. Unfortunately, we didn't have the curiosity, creativity to tape myself, to analyze myself. That is something I would love to do it for sure. My dad built some tools the coaches ask, for example, spinner and all this tool we use for computer figure, to draw a circle on the ice. But yes, I will say now it's an amazing tool, easy with just a phone, so you just have to tape yourself. I'm doing soon a seminar about that with the Belgium Federation, and I think it's a tool, and we need to use it really properly. So sometimes you just watch the result, but the result is not really what it matters, because you need to see absolutely long term. So it's good to succeed a single Excel, but check already for double Excel. So that's really interesting to check.
So your platform, Perform Live, has become a big reference for in-depth jump analysis across the figure skating world and through the past years, particularly during COVID, I would like to say. maybe a bit before. What was the original vision behind it, and what gap did you feel needed to fill in the skating community?
Alors, Perform Live, as a story like me, it's really I don't have a straight career like, oh, I did skating at a high level or good level, maybe do show and become a coach. I was a little bit back and forth in this world. So Perform Live was first, I'm French, so first for coaches, but all sport coaches who needed video analysis support. So I started a little bit with multiple sports. I had a very good, not customer, very good connection because I don't see people I work with customer. I see them more like a colleagues. I start step by step to just focus on ice world. So I mean, I did skating skill and video analysis for ice hockey, professional ice hockey, short track also, synchronized skating, all this kind, and step by step, because of my curiosity, I start to really frame more in figure skating jumps, which is my expertise. I'm able to do a lot of things in figure skating, but this is so just step by step, starting to write blogs, starting to see, okay, how is it moving? How is it possible this skater is jumping the same? So start to do a little bit some, and also experience. Oh, I did a national camp in Norway. Okay, one skater is jumping a certain way. So what is the effective way? I don't say bad or good. I say effective or not. And then I started really to dig and study to become more focused on how you move and adjust. So I know all the different technique, the variation, and then how to get really into effectiveness, because it's good to succeed, but if it's once on 10, I think it's useless.
So it's a bit a mix about your personal skating experience, academic study, and some coaching observations as well. Like you mix, you blend all your, let's say, background plus plus your coaching observation that you probably learn when you study to being a coach as well.
Absolutely. Sorry, Sarah. I try to not rely on my background as a skater. I love to skate, it's not the problem, but I try to really put myself in the movement the skater is doing and try to understand as much as I can. So it's more, I had the chance to be coached by 3 amazing coaches. One of them taught me triple jump and also all the biomechanic basics. So when I start to learn our coaching diploma is quite deep, and you can really see all the anatomy and biomechanics, etc. I was aware about that. So my curiosity, my way to think more, I'm a really rational person. I don't think guesswork should be in this precise jump, in this precise sport. So yes, coaching observation, of course, academic study, and also going beyond this, because I try to read books. There is no books about biomechanics in figure skating, so I wrote one about observation. So yes, it's I will say it's I'm here as some of my experience. So of course, I'm still a lover of figure skating. I still look with a professional eye now, but I'm still in love with some skater, and I try. It's quite difficult sometimes to not bias, to be just like, okay, be open mind. Just okay, you like this guy or this girl, but we need to be more facts. So that's very important.
Like more professional in a way. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think sometimes you can have those bias? Is it like time to time, or how do you figure you have those bias? Because it's really hard to actually accept and like on the moment you to realize you have a bias, you know.
You mentioned social media quickly. I'm an advocate of fair judgment, and I always rely on the judgment. Sometimes I discover when I collect, when I study the jump, when I collect jumps, I'm just like, I disagree with the call. After we all agree, the technical panel have one video camera, and abroad the broadcast can afford 10. I don't even know how many cameras there is, between 10 and 20 around the ring. So it cannot be fair with all this view. But anyway, I recognize when I'm biased when I see a good jump and I still don't love the skater. I mean, uh, I was a young skater looking the championship, so I'm 47 now. I was looking Brian Orsea, Brian Boitano, these amazing skaters. They inspire me as a skater. So there is skater like that. You're just like, wow, so amazing. But you can also recognize, okay, jump technique, or yeah. I try to distinguish a little bit. So there is emotional part. So depending, sometimes I watch a competition with no note, and sometimes I take note. Oh, interesting, that I would like to see a bit more about that. Yeah, it's really depending the mood, but yes, we are all biased, and it's good to be honest and say, okay, this is, and that's why I became a coach, because I volunteered before to be a professional coach, and I could be a judge, and I didn't want this because I'm more someone who support, who help people than, I mean, a judgment. It's how can I say? I'm not in this. Okay, this is your score, and I like or I dislike. It's a little bit complicated process from my point of view.
So, when analyzing a skater jump or technique, what are the three technical elements or points you focus on, regardless of the athlete level or discipline?
I know that could be a bit silly answer, but the motto of Perform Live, it's details matter. And when I look someone, so imagine I'm on the ice, I'm ready to film. Sorry for the. I'm ready to film the jump, and I will look first the pushes, the crossover, because that is really the basic of a jump. It gives me a global idea of the presentation. The same with the energy you start, how you. We are an artistic sport, so how you show yourself, how you sell the jump is very important. A lot of skaters forget that. They don't pay too much attention to that. So we must be ready to perform, to jump, and our body also show certain language. And you will ask, you have a question later, and it's also related. You have a good technique, but you have also a certain will to succeed, and that is very important. The brain controls the body. So I look all the small detail. We are skating, so I look a lot the feet, how the skater move and do the rotational move. Most of the time, they will do the same in single, double, triple, and even quad. So that's very interesting to see all these similarities. I had the chance to work and collaborate with Alexei Mishin, and he told me, Arnaud, the 6 jump are the same. I will put a little nuance. They are the same, we agree, but we stop the skating motion 3 by the left and 3 by the right. That's very important. When you understand that, you recently was in a camp, a skater was able to do a triple loop, but so that's on the right side, but not understanding how to come to put the body on the left for the lats, for example. So that's very interesting to see this kind of. I found fascinating how people move and how we can help them to succeed with word, with technology, with.
Also, I just think about that because there is also, as you said, the psychological aspect. Depend of the mindset of the skater going through the jump. He could do like a totally different technique because of like the preparation before or what he was thinking just before the jump or something. So how do you take in consideration this during your analysis? For example, let's take the skater will do a training on triple flip and the three triple flip are totally different because of the mindset of the skater right before.
That it's when we are at this level, I think the skater should have a sports psychologist. So we need to start by sports psychologist, to structure, to organize the brain and to control the emotion. Then to perform, we need a mental trainer. And that's something with a lot of people are sometimes lack of ambition. Because when I was skater, I had the chance to have a supportive dad. He always told me, Arnaud, you are an apprentice skater. You are here to fail and to succeed, but it's for sure a school for life. And sometimes I've got some note from parents, oh yeah, but I can afford because of budget, etc. I will say it's part of the education program. And when I mean education program, it's the same like mathematics, physics at school, etc. So having someone who is able to manage his emotion, that's very important because our world, we know our world is not a fancy world sometimes. So we need absolutely to control all of this. So yes, it's not easy. I had the chance during my first coaching diploma to learn what is the positive language. Of course, positive body language, always, because finally, the brain doesn't understand negative words. So when you say to someone, oh, it's not bad, it's not too bad, first, not is not understood by the brain. So it means it's bad. The brain, even you're not aware about that. And bad, it's something, I mean, it's pain, it's hurt. So finally, instead of that, you just say, okay, it's good. Good in my mind, depending where I work and with who I work, is just maybe a base value, just to give an idea, or maybe a -1. And very good, etc. You put your, and with this basic, I will call that mental training. I'm not a mental expert I'm not a mental trainer expert. So I will continue his work and support his work. That's why teamwork for me is essential. Even if it's online, there is a lot of online services now. So we are very lucky with our technology and we need to use it as the best we can. And I think it's something like nutrition also. And let's be clear also, there is a lot of Olympic coach that will tell you 1/3 of the time it's great training, 1/3 of the time it's average. There is good things there. And there is also one of the third time, it's not good because we are human and that's very important. We accept that. So I did some workshop with some skater. I planted some seed. It was they were with me, but I didn't break or find the good approach. So that's why I talk a lot with the coaches. Also to find solution. It's good to find different approach, and sometimes it's working. Sometimes but you see, this is not working. So we try another thing, and voila.
Okay. Many coach, by the way, and athletes rely on instinct of the coach's eyes. Like they just take in consideration what think the coach without even thinking of their own proprioception in a way. When analyzing the jump, what makes your biomechanical video analysis different from a regular coach, and what scientific principles enhance the accuracy of your evaluation?
Alors, we all agree using video analysis will help the skater and the coach, but in a different way. So the first thing, there is two approach. There is the learning part and there is the development part. Learning, I work with many Olympic coaches, and they say the same, and I'm really in this mood. I am still learning. A skater is still learning also. And then you can also help with this tool for development. Because what I see is I succeed, okay. But now the next step is what? Putting the success in the program. And what is the success rate in the program? So there is a kind of a huge development approach. And I'm, like I told you, I'm very rational. So when I was in China with the Chinese national team for the last Winter Olympic, we put a lot of effort in this injury program prevention, which is very important because when you are high level and you are, I participate, was part of the team for getting a Swenhan gold medal in pair skating. So when we are at this level, you have difficulty to change the technique. So we need to adjust as much as we can, and also to see if there is no overload, there is no injury, hidden injury. So yes, especially in pair skating, which is a very difficult sport. So no guesswork, facts, and also the if we know what we are talking about, you know more, okay, this is working, this is not working. And when I'm telling about, I study for each technique, so for each jump, there is 6 jumps. There is minimum 3 big category of a different style. So that's already 18. Plus you multiply by around 60 to 80 different data for each jump, multiply by minimum 50 to 80 elite skater. So meaning when you are average +1, no, +2, I start to collect, and etc. So I've got a huge database to know a little bit what is possible, what is the range to get this movement possible or not. And I love the exceptions, the elite, the ultra talented skater who are able to do things who is not for the common skater. And that it's amazing to see and to be surprised and still, okay, this is possible, but you are in the 0.001% of the ultra talented skater. So
I was about to say,
yes.
For example, Ilya Malinin is definitely on this tiny percent of it's actually like, for example, quadruple axel. Before him, most of the skater or coach were used to say, "Oh, it's impossible physically; it's not possible."
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned Malinin, but Yuzu Wanyu was also like that. Like wow, is. Impressive. We all have this kind of skater who broke this wall and just like, oh, it will not possible to do better after him. No, it's possible, and that's why this sport is so amazing.
You've had the opportunity to work with skaters from various countries and different training systems as well. Have you noticed common technical misconception or habits that vary depending on where athlete trains?
So when you send me the question, I was a little bit like, okay, should I do an honest answer or maybe be gentle, etc. Alors, I will be honest, not really. I can see a lot of common jump technique regarding the origin of the skater. I mean the morphological feature. And that's, we know there is some body type. For example, Asian skater has a special body type. They are more anchor, also the size of the pelvis, etc. So this is more what I see, especially because I'm working worldwide. After I wrote a handbook called The 3 Common Mistakes Skaters Make in a Jump and How to Correct Them. And I didn't find a new category. It's only variation. I really try to be a bit more global. I will tell you quickly. It was poor preparation, poor physical abilities, and poor timing. And when you look at something like that, you already see where to go. Sometimes when I go in a workshop, when I do a workshop, I've got the gym coach, strength and conditioning coach, who asks me, "Oh, do you see something I can work, etc." So the basic, of course, ankle stability because of the skate are a little bit. We have the same issue like in ice hockey with the stick. Maybe we can talk about that later. Mm-hmm. But first, the posture is not effective, so I don't see if the skater need a bit more explosiveness, flexibility, etc. So I didn't find a real skater was okay. We need to work on the physics first, and then come back for the position or rhythm or whatever.
So actually I thought about it right now because I know in East of Europe they said that 70% of the training, let's say between 70-80 is off ice, and then 20-30% on ice. Mm-hmm. So do you do a lot of analysis as well of the ice, or not at all?
No, but I work off ice. Some of the skater I follow, I do off-ice training. And yes, the philosophy it's always the same. It's be prepared. And like you said, Russian skaters are the best. They really take time to prepare. And it's a smart training, I will say like that. When your body is very prepared to endure the work on ice, you already have a better training. So it's not during the training you need to prepare your body. It's a little bit what we had as a skater. When I was a skater, off ice was really basic. Now it's more advanced. We have a specific off ice. We have also flexibility, ballet. So it's more developed. I think this. Men and women are a bit different in terms of level because we know the Russian ladies are really over the top compared to the other, but I see more and more triple XL done by ladies, so the training regime is changing. So yes, when I do online video analysis, I see the global package, so I advise work on the ground and also on the ice. That's why I do sometimes specific off ice. I'm not a workout strength and conditioning coach.
Which is also applying to, this is actually really interesting to compare East of Europe technique and, for example, American, because Amber Glenn, her triple axel is absolutely flawless and powerful. While in other country, you can see the younger lady that do triple axel is actually, I would like to say, probably with more speed, but a little bit lower, less explosive than Amber, for example.
Yeah. After, if you compare Amber, we can compare her to Lisa Tuktimisheva. Mm-hmm. To remind me a little bit. And that's very funny what you mentioned because okay, I believe in equity as a man and woman, but our body is different. I mean, I believe in that as work. as a life, etc. We should have the same right, but as a body, it's biologically different. And if you check a little bit, you are until triple lots, men and women, a bit different technique. But then when you go to triple axel, Amber and Lisa, for example, I've got them in mind. They are more jumping like a man, and I quote men. Because if you see some men, they do more technical mistake, but because of more power, they can get back to business. I will say like that, and it's the same. In fact, on a lot of women's sports. If I taught skating skill in the national Norwegian team, women, they are more technical than men, less powerful, but more. There is. It's very interesting to work and see what are the physical abilities and use them. So we work a lot as almost the same program like the figure skater. About the turns, etc., deep edges, and I had also the chance to work in Switzerland with professional men. It was more about how can I develop more my power. So it's different position, and that's it.
So as figure skating evolves as well, with, by the way, new jumps, demand and scoring pressure, the reglementation always evolve every year. How do you ensure that your analysis stays ahead of the curve and remain at the forefront of technical excellence with all the simulation?
Yes. Alors, I start to get experience in this field. I collect around 11,000 video clip of jumps. I've got more than 10 years of all major competition. I'm a very curious, so I'm always fascinating to see how a skater use unconventional entrance position and still succeeding. We talk about that. I still study, so my database is still, there is always things to study and to put in this, it's an Excel sheet, it's not a big thing. And yes, one of my biggest fear was long time ago, now I'm a little bit more confident, is to be outdated, because social media change a lot the game. We are not so much attentive. We don't pay attention so long. So I change a bit the format of my video analysis. So, for example, when I do a video analysis online, I offer a little summarize. It's like two, 3 phrases. Then you have many pages of details, which is also interesting because you need to explain to people quickly, okay, you need to change that, or improve that. Also, I'm really, like I said before, I'm a nerd, so I'm really into technology. So, for example, here I've got a video camera tracking me. That's something people use, I hope, for doing online lesson. I do a lot of automation. I do also, fun fact, I use the same tripod now for more than 15 years. So it's my workstation. I'm with a computer on one side, one camera. Camera is not a crazy thing. It's more all the detail around. Actually, I can work all day without charging my computer and my camera. I try to work more with quality of equipment, so everything is prepared for the cold. Sometimes ice rink are good. Sometimes it's a little bit freezing, even for the coach. So yeah, I invest a little bit in myself. Always training, always learning, and equipment also. Before it was tape, now it's SD card, and the cable also. Everything is set up to be sure everything is working fine.
Looking back at your journey, what was the moment or the challenge moment that make you realize, okay, it's time for Perform Live to be an international platform? Because first of all, you were working basically for yourself and to help the scaling club or the scaling camp you were going there. But yeah, what was the moment you were like, okay, I will make an international platform?
Alors, like I said, I'm French, so I start my website in French, writing article, etc. Alors, first thing, I like to write article for also my brain to put ideas in form and try to structure, etc., to organize. And then I love to share. So I start to become an international coach when I start to work in Switzerland. Start a moment ago now, almost 13 years. So I start to have the website in 2 languages, so English and French, which is now super easy with AI and all this feature. But before it was a bit, let's say, pain in the ass. So I start slowly to just become English platform, and also sharing more and more online to show off a little bit my skills to find new contract and new opportunities. That's one of the reasons I was sent in China for the Olympics. And it's a great opportunity also because in fact, when I do a reel, even if it's 20 seconds, the editing, it takes 0 time. Yes, of course, when you do some effect, but well, that's more fancy. Sometimes you do a side-by-side comparison, or you just pinpoint something. It's the work is already done. So when I collect a video, I look at them, I categorize them, put the tagging to find them super easily. That's the goal. If I want to find someone jumping on the left with a mohawk, triple flip, sex, put a female, and the year, it's super easy with the Dartfish system. So that's why I started to, I noticed that, but let's put online. And I know coaches and the fan and the skater are very interested by that. So sometimes I go on a camp and they know me before I know them. That's quite funny.
So you mentioned even the fans sometimes can be interested in it.
Yeah, the Japanese fans are amazing. Very respectful. Oh, can we translate? We found your article. Can we translate? Do we have the authorization? So when we talk with respect and passion, it's always yes. Sometimes I've got some interview, but it's a little bit, can you write this? What do you think? So depending on my schedule, I say yes or no. But when it's just a translation, to authorize a translation, it's always yes, of course.
Okay. Looking ahead, are there emerging technologies or biomechanic innovation or personal projects you are excited to bring into the future of Perform Live?
Alors, we talk a lot about AI in this moment. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's something, yes, I use AI in my work, but mostly in the marketing works, things I'm not expert. Maybe also for my English, sometimes it's good to review some minor error. But I feel we are missing the point. For example, for Dartfish system, I really want more automation to make my work easy, because sometimes it's what I explain them. When I do workshops, sometimes I've got 20 or 25 skater to analyze. If you do that with all the jump, you multiply, and finally you click, and voilà. So I found tools about that, but it will be great to have more flexibility. Also, we are also very used of this little baby with really just app, and so experienced user is more important than ever now. I had the opportunity to work with Intel in China about this AI tool. Yeah, I would say it's missed some calibration. It's not super accurate, so it was already 3 years ago. I hope it will be more accurate. It was a computer vision program. That's interesting, but data for data, it's what I was a bit afraid. If the coach doesn't have the correct education to understand, so we need to put more filter. Then about my personal project, I learned 3D modeling last year. I follow an amazing ski coach who is also doing side-by-side comparison, but he has a model and you can really see how he's moving. So that it's next project. I hope I can be able not to create an app. It's not my idea, but to do analysis easily because when you have a powerful tool, you need to understand all the mechanics. So yeah, let's see. And I'm still learning how there is a lot of study about how people move. I took the first level. There is 4 or 5, maybe not all the level of the training, but to get a new training to understand more how, according your body, how you move. There is a lot of link between morphology and motor skills. So very interesting to do, but always question of time.
Of course. In your experience, what if you go more in the depth of your equipment and tools, what are the main difference you can explain to us a bit between a regular camera and your camera analysis?
Alors, regular camera, I think you mentioned the phone.
Yeah, for example.
My system, I make this system to be super easily to use. I don't have to put my phone in the pocket to think, okay, everything is deep. And because when I do that, almost of the time, the phone is flying. The quality of the video now on the phone is amazing. That's for sure. What I do differently, it's the setting. For example, in every ice rink I visit, there is a different light. So you can set up directly. The zoom also. I use physical zoom and not a digital zoom. So meaning I got a better quality when sometimes I film, I'm 30 meter away and I've got the same quality. Autofocus also is more effective. I guess in maybe 5 or 10 years, I will have a robot. It already exists, but we need a beacon, a robot camera who just I pinpoint the skater, and I will not anymore have to watch and frame the skater, which with habits, I can frame and see really what's going on. So I don't have this. I need to look absolutely into the little screen of the camera. Voilà. After, it's a study system. So when you look this screen and a laptop, it's not a 17 inch, it's a 15. It's more convenient and yeah. And there is also this kind of okay, we are going to do video analysis with Arnaud. It's a process, a protocol, not just like, oh, you are in the training, a coach puts the phone out, and then, so it's a bit different. And when I've got some coaches with me who are interested to my work, they realize also we are talking the same language. Sometimes an approach a little bit different, but still talking about the same thing. And the skater, because of this equipment, is more so it's popping. It's really like focus. I can see that a lot.
Okay. And so the first time you discovered this tool, how long it took you to get used to the equipment? Because the first time I'm sure it was like, oh, what is that? How?
Alors, fun fact, it was the biomechanics teacher I had during my from the French Federation, during my coaching degree. So I've got a really good connection with him. And he didn't put anything on ice. So first thing I was just like, oh, that's pity. We could have a better axis, a better camera angle. Sorry, putting the thing on ice. So the first thing I did when I had the system is to put on ice because we are moving. It's what I explained in the seminar I'm preparing for the Belgium Federation. In fact, your eyes or your camera is the same. I move myself a certain way to get into the view I want to see or check something. Alors, it was 17 years ago. We had a remote. Before it was a remote. Now I just touch my screen in touchscreen. So it was super easy. It was rec and play. No, not big deal. The biggest learning was more, how can I do a good video feedback? That was that. Mm-hmm. And I had good advice from an experienced coach when I was a young coach. He told us, it was a group advice, limit your speech, meaning if you say less, you have less chance to say a mistake or something really wrong. And I think it's a good one for all young coaches. So yes, because you have a lot of information. Now we are used to have a lot of information. I think it's not a good thing, by the way, to have so much information, because finally
it's getting like a wave of too much information, as you said, and then
you pay attention to everything or to nothing. I think there is two options, and yes, so that was more the thing to how can I organize my. For example, now sometimes I don't even watch the full jump. I didn't even show the full jump. Here, look, here, tick, 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 frame back, frame up, and then we are going to fix that. Okay. And then when it's fixed, look, your jump is better.
Do you give the feedback to the coach first and then the student, or is it first the student? How is the dynamic in training?
Alors, when I do, it depends, because when I do workshops, so in real on site, most of the time the coaches say, okay, this is the list of the skaters, the jump, etc. Sometimes they come and see. Sometimes I show, did you see that? Did he? So we have a little discussion. After the training, I've got a discussion with the coach. I noticed that with this one, etc. What do you think? So there is a discussion. Sometimes they are with me all the time, which is good because we can discuss. Sometimes I'm asking questions. What's happening with this? Did you have an injury, etc.? So sometimes the skater cannot explain. When it's online, I always advise the parents who hire me to put the coach in the loop. I support the coaching work. I'm not against them. It's not a question of ego. It's a question of, can I help the skater to succeed? And we are all for that. So I've got no problem.
So most of the time, is it the parents or the coach that call you for this kind of camp?
50-50.
50? Okay.
Actually, it's 50-50.
Interesting. Does there is a reason? Is the skater now working more independently? Because back in the day, we all, it was out of question to call individually a coach. We were kind of in obligation to ask our head coach for doing this or this.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's not. I don't work only with North American skater. I work with all the world. I think sometimes parents feel, my kid is a bit stuck on something, so I will ask, and immediately I said, put the coach. a new insight. I think we are a little bit more open. I've got a lot of private message through social media. I think from coaches, I think you can help my skater, etc. So I think we are a little bit more. I want a team. And some coaches, I know, I also consult for coaches only. They are aware to part they don't know. For example, I'm not good to design a dress, choreography, I know, but a small kid. Ballet, flexibility is not my expertise. There is coaches expert in spins and they do very well. So I think we are more open about the expertise of each and it's easy to communicate.
So, about your experience, how important is early technical correction for a young skater? And do you think certain jump or mistakes, if left unaddressed, become irreversible even with advanced analysis later on?
Alors, when you want something, nothing is impossible. It takes time, a lot of time, but if you really want to change, so let's go direct for an example. If you have a wrong edge issue with LUTs, you do flops. If you really want to change that, it's possible. Sometimes it takes 2 minutes, and I'm serious. I've got someone in mind, and I just changed the way she was doing the steps before the LUTs. And we talk about triple LUTs. It click in 2 seconds.
Okay.
We work for 20 minutes, the steps to get the correct axis, etc. Sometimes it takes very long because it's very deep. So yes, it's if you want something and you have the maturity to appreciate all the support you got, because there is some skater sometimes. I'm an expert in biomechanics, but I cannot understand what you are doing, and you are just happy with what you do, okay? And there is no. But the year after I'm visiting them, they are more mature. Okay, I want to change that now because. So it's also we are human beings, so sometimes we are in a good mood, sometimes we are a little bit lower. So it's it's fascinating. I like to say that.
About challenge, let's say, what was your biggest challenge so far? Like maybe a camp or a session where you couldn't figure out the problem or the solution of a problem, like some things that really trigger you.
It's more the the character, the personality, the skater who, like I said before, I do that sometimes and I'm okay with that, okay. But I cannot come and try to make you a little bit more better. That's a bit frustrating because, of course, it's a job, so I receive money for that, but my satisfaction is I impact someone, I influence. I'm not this kind of coach very happy because a skater succeed a jump with me. I'm happy because we did as a team a good work and the result is coming. And yes, it was with me, but it could be with another one. So it's the same work we do in summer camp when you are here 4 weeks in a row with the same skater. Maybe they will tilt or finish to digest what you say, and it will be good in 2 months. So I like to have an impact to somebody. I mean, I'm not in the good way. I mean, it's so easy to change a technique instead of to understand how you move. I've got someone in mind also, she's moving the left arm crazy, but that's her strength and also her weakness. So we need to control that to get that in order. But when you understand that, it's super easy to work with her. But the signature, I call that signature, the motor signature, it is what it is. So she cannot change, even if she's just 14, 15 years old. So you can a little bit optimize, but there is some skater, you look, they do strange things in the air. For example, I'm not talking about just the left arm up, the head, etc. So it's kind of reflex, and you cannot find. But is this move effective or not? Is it a limitation? So that's very interesting to discover, and then to find a solution to make that more smooth.
I had another question as well. How do you mentally approach that when the skater is kind of stubborn and like, no, I want to keep my mistake because this is how I do my jump? How would you find like a way to communicate with him to say, yeah, but if I help you, it will make maybe your jump more consistent or avoid further mistakes on it?
I didn't have clearly a skater who told me I want to keep my mistake. It's more the body language, it's more the way they behave, because they are doing the jump more with the rage, the impulse. Like, so finally the technique is not effective at all, because the technique which is effective is 10-10. Even if you are tired, you do a little bit less quality of execution, but still success. So it's more passionate work, because I see myself as a cook, so a little bit salt here, a little bit pepper. So it's like a normal coaching work. So it's kind of seduction, try to trust me, this is a process, etc. So step by step. And I know where I work, we are all saying the same. It reminds me a little story. The first time I was in Canada, my colleague told me, "Oh, you will see, Vladimir is a little bit teenage crazy, so we are not sure how's going on, etc. So you will see." Like he was almost apologizing. Okay, don't get mad if he's not really reacting with what you are saying, etc. So well, okay. And finally, it was a good session, and he came after our session to his coach to say, "Hey, Arnaud is saying the same like you." I told you. So sometimes it's like everything. Sometimes you come for technique and you do mental training, or you give confidence, like, "Oh, look, you see, that's good. You don't need to blame yourself to be so harsh." So yeah, it's a coaching. I see the video analysis as a coaching process, part of the coaching process.
Beyond the jumps, would you ever considering expanding Perform Lives into like step sequence, maybe artistry, spins, or even full scaling programs? And what new dimension could scientific analysis bring to the overall artistry of scaling? And I will actually add a mention, because as I'm a show scaler, now I even wonder, would you consider to even work with show scaler? Because, for example, now the show scaler do a lot of backflip, B-twist for the solo guys. For the pair, we do a lot of dangerous trick as bound spin, backflip with a partner and everything.
Alors, step sequence, program, etc. That I did when I was in China. Spins also. Everything was at the millimeter. Nothing was hidden. I'm not a technical specialist, but I can say, okay, this is a counter, this is not a counter, etc. It depends. Sometimes I offer video analysis, because my analysis service starts with single axle. So sometimes I just give a tip for a single loop. It's part of the process. Also, like I said, I'm a passionate person, and I like to share. Yeah, of course, everything is possible. It's always a question of demand. People who knows what I'm doing understand perfectly, then I can also check for a backflip, because that's not common element, but it's simple in the way, like every jump, just a push and a rotation, not in the normal way. But so yes, depend of what people ask me. Now I'm offering more follow-up, so I know it takes time. So I had this when I was with Matteo Rizzo. He wanted to do a new quad, and I advised the team two approach, and they choose one. Because loop is a vertical jump, so it was about this quad loop. So they work in a certain way, taking my suggestion in consideration. Sometimes it's a little bit like I've got an American boy, is kind of not skating alone, but it's a difficult training, so I'm helping him. So every month we have a follow-up, etc., which is also interesting. So I develop more follow-up services to build a long-term relationship. So yes, I hope I will have a backflip to analyze. I would love to.
Okay, awesome. Et pour for all, once again I mentioned it, but like let's say more acrobatic skating. Even nowadays with pair skater or ice dancer, we can see a lot more acrobatic lift. Sometimes some stuff are super dangerous and like super scary as well. Like, is it something you can help as well if you are called for that?
Yeah, after I'm not a pair skating coach, I know how is it working. So all the learning process I don't know, but I know what is physically possible and according to the physics law, because we cannot play with gravity too much. And yes, it's I'm open to everything. Actually, I love new challenge. So when I have the Chinese opportunity, I was just like, okay, let's go. Let's see how it looks. Because Swen Han, before I came, they were already once world champion and silver medalist at the last Olympics. So it was really challenging to say, okay, what can I get them in extra to be sure we will get the gold medal? And they were fantastic.
So what was your favorite experience so far?
Sorry?
What was your favorite experience or your favorite work skating camp so far? Like your best memory?
That's difficult to say because I'm a very positive person. So it can be a coaching evening, it can be meeting a certain coach. Last summer, I met a young, great coach. We know this guy together, and I was just like, wow, so cool. Good energy, good vibes, willing to learn also, and it's always a win-win. I like, I'm focused on people. We are too much on this antisocial thing, so it's very interesting to get and also skater who are really like I really want to work with you. Of course it's nice for the ego, but it means you will have an impact on them. I mean, not just for skating. I follow some skater now for 3 years online. We meet sometimes on a workshop, etc., on summer camp, and it's good to see how they grow, how they mature, and I love this job. It's amazing job for sure.
And I have a last question. Do you have a last word to say? And where can we find your book, your website? I will of course put the link below this video, actually.
That's super easy. Perform live. It's .com. So perform / live, or you will find me super easily, even if you just type figure skating analysis, video analysis for figure skating jump or figure skating whatever. No, I'm quite good, and thank you, Sarah, for this time. It was really, it's always interesting. I'm not used to talk about me, so I hope you will all find that interesting. But what is really interesting, it's our sport. I hope we will have something a bit more entertaining. I like the fair. Maybe I'm naive, but I like the fair thing because we put some rules, so it's good to play with it. But a lot should be a lot, and sometimes I feel this new judging system has a lot of not say negative aspect, but has a lot of room of improvement. Because when I was skater, just doing an amazing camel spin with a huge speed, and sometimes, a change of edge, because all this new variation in spins, for example, is not new, but we had some skater a bit more spinner, a bit more show, Katarina Vita, all this kind of, and not just this war of jump, and for ladies now it's a little bit like copy pass, so it's difficult to sometimes to get through that. That's why I appreciate to work with young kids. They are really happy to, Arnaud helped me with my double jump, so that's cool. Yeah, I really like that. Sometimes it's even better than, last week I was in Switzerland, and she did a really nice double axel, fully rotated, that's for sure. It's better than a quad load. Sometimes you just like, difficult to make a change, but you see here you're going to enjoy yourself. So, sometimes, voilà. Thanks a lot for your beautiful interview. It was really nice.
Thank you for answering my question.